fast lap. I think it was 16-something. True.
16:64.
16:64? That's the fastest so far, isn't it?
The lap record, Saugus Speedway, 16.55, also held by True Cheek. Didn't equal his record tonight, but he sure came pretty close.
Pat's down in, Pat's right here with me. What's his name? Old Don Langford.
He'll appreciate that a lot,
Yeah, he'll love that, won't he? He's back in the garage area. What's going on, or what's your name?
Well, listen, you know, whether it's Gasoline Alley or in Indianapolis, so it's remember, inverted starts here at Saugus Speedway. That means True Cheek, assuming his time holds up his fast time, will have to start the main event dead last. So it's certainly going to be no easy race for True Cheek tonight.
So the art is working your way up through the field, then?
The art is getting your way through traffic without damaging your race car too severely, and it's an art that True Cheek knows well. The question is, can he come all the way from the back in the course of 100 laps?
Right here, the track record. So needless to say, things are looking very good. Yes, it's dialed in pretty close. My mechanics has really went to work on it and got it about as good as it ever has been. I think we'll do all right tonight. Okay, what happens now in this type of qualifying now? That means a long time before the main event. What will the mechanics be doing to that car? Well, right now we don't have any serious problems, but we've got to go through and get chassis set up a little better for night racing. There's a little bit of difference between the heat of the day and the cool of the night in the chassis operation. And hopefully that'll be all. We'll have almost every night we have something break down on us, so it's a lot of repairs too. Pat or Harry, do you have any questions you'd like to ask True?
I just wanted to know the difference between night racing and day racing, what the heat has to do with it.
Mainly just put more wedge into the chassis, preload the left rear tire a little heavier, and get the carburetor setting so they can take the cooler, damper air.
Well, you know, True,
mainly that's about it, tire pressures.
I just wanted to say before you went out on the track for your qualifying, True, the starter, George, came up and he says, now you watch this guy run. He will have the fastest time. And sure enough, so far, you're the one that's got it. You got a fast car out there and one heck of a driver, True.
I got fast time so far?
That's the way I understand it.
Oh, great. Hope I can hold it.
Yeah, 16.64, I think, is what it is. But now that means you start at the back of the pack, right?
Yes, it sounds like they're going to have an inverted start tonight. Normally on the big races they have straight up starts, but for some reason they might have changed it tonight.
Yeah, the way I understand it, they're going to have an inverted start. So that means you've got to work, if you are the fastest qualifier, if your time holds up, you start all the way in the back, you've got to work your way up through that thing by the time you finish that 100th lap. Or hopefully way before that.
Yeah, I hope so. We got some pretty good drivers out here, so they can handle it pretty good. Some of them are pretty tough to get by without any problems, but most of them are pretty respectable.
All right, Drew, thank you very much. John, what's your name?
Yeah, well, one of the questions I wanted to ask, Drew, on a situation like this with an inverted start, is there some guys that dog it on the qualifying so they can get a better start? Yes, at times there are, but usually it doesn't pay off. Something usually happens to them. Are you looking for someone up in front of you that may be giving you a tough go tonight? Oh, there's a bunch. We've got Gary McCann, Hans Wesky, Mike Willard, Walt Price, Bill Foster. There's a whole bunch of them that are really tough racers. They've got their cars working good. They know how to get around the racetrack. You know, one of the things right now, of course, is to sit in the garage area and a long wait. So we'll see what happens. This is Don Langford in the garage. I'll back up the tower.
Pretty much like it might be a two-horse race tonight. Hans Wesky and fast qualifier True Cheek.
Is True the class of the field with that car?
Well, it would appear that way. True has won, as we mentioned, 6 main events this year. That's top for anybody except for Dan Press. Dan Press, his car did not make it to the track tonight, so True is the driver to beat. Let's leave it at that.
Don Langford is in the garage area. Donald, come in.
Okay, the tow truck just bought by number 20, Lynn Wehrberg from Reseda. Last person to qualify had a little problem, a little spin and turn. Really, the car does not look too badly damaged. His crew is meeting the tow truck right now, and they'll see if they can put this thing back together again. Not sure whether he was able to complete that qualifying lap, and if they're going... No, apparently not. I just got word that he's not qualifying lap, so he will not be. A very good time of 17.2. I walked over and I said, Hans, great qualifying time. And he said, under the circumstances, we're very surprised. Why?
Well, we didn't get no practice time at all because problems with the car. First, we had an oil leak. Second, the spark plugs were all fouled up. We worked all day. The carburetor wasn't working right. And we finally had it fixed. And what a surprise here on the 2 laps, really, to qualify. And here we had a good time, you know.
As you walk around the car, a lot of arms and elbows and legs as the crew is putting it together. You think that everything will be ready to go? Are you going to be running in the trophy dash?
Oh, yeah. We're ready now. Yeah, I think everything is all right now.
One of the freaks of qualifying, you qualified with the exact same qualifying speed as another driver, but you qualified after he did, so you're going to end up starting behind him.
That's right, yeah.
Now, what about the change? We had just learned now that the inverted start is out. It's going to be a straight-up start. That help?
Oh, I love it, yeah. No, it puts me in the second row on the inside, you know, and that's a favorable spot to start. The fast cars in front, you know, so you don't have to worry about the slower cars.
On a track this small, the slower cars have got to present quite a problem.
They are, yeah, to pass them, you know, it is a problem. Or to pass any car, you know, it is a problem out here, you know, because it is very tight.
Any serious problem areas for you when you drive on the track?
No, I like it here. That's why I come back every year.
Okay, we wish you best of luck in the pit area at the Saugus Speedway. This is Don Langford.
Starter George Ayers is going to look at him very, very closely. He'll probably give him 2 or 3 laps to get him to settle down. They're trying to keep those tires in what we're trying to do right now. Walt Price, Gary McCann, Sam Price, Hans Vesky. Oh, we've got a good field. Bruce Teague and Mike Willard here bringing up the rear end. Trying to heat up the tires. They're going to be ready for a start. I think we'll probably have another couple of laps before we get them underway, Pat.
It looks that way. We ought to make it clear right off the start that is Mike Willard, not his brother Long Way Willard of Figure 8 fame. Long Way earned that distinction a few years back when he got going the wrong way on the racetrack. Luckily, Wrong Way was not hurt, but he pretty much sticks to the Figure 8. His brother, though, Mike Willard, turned in a tie for the second fastest qualifying time tonight, and the cars are bunching up. Chuck, it looks like we may have a start as they come down this time. Let's take a close look at them.
They're about 300 feet away. George Ayers is looking at him. He's slowing them down just a bit. No, he doesn't want him to go. No start. He didn't like the way that field looked. At a trophy dash, and you've got only 6 cars, they better be in perfect condition when they come by that start-finish line. It isn't quite so important when you have 20 cars in the main event. But you get 6 cars, he wants them to look real good when they come across that start line, and they didn't look good to suit him that time.
Well, of course, for the driver's side of view, they know they only have 6 laps. They know they've got to get a good start or it's all over. It's similar to quarter horse racing. This sort of race, if you don't get a good start, then there's not much chance of winning.
We might get one this time. George is looking at him. We've got a start. One Price, Sam Price, and Hunt Wesky on the outside. Price to go into the outside. He can't do it. Gary McCann in 3rd place on the inside. Still, Walt Price, followed by Sam Price, McCann, Wesky, Willard, and Bruce Jake. A beautiful start, Pat.
And Walt Price, it looks like he's got a 2-car length lead, but creeping up on the inside as they come down the front of the straight. Right behind Walt. Cars side by side going to the first turn, but that points up how difficult it is to pass the Saugus Speedway. Walt Price still in front, Sam Price right behind. Trucks are coming down the straightaway. Lap 2.
Drew Cheek trying to work his way up. He is now moved up 1 second to the 5th. Fastest qualifier, now in 5th place. And we're in the 3rd lap. We're working lap number 3 right now. Walt Price being chased very closely by Sam Price. Then comes Gary McCann and Mike Willard trying to move up on McCann. Can't do it. It's still the 2 Prices in front. Walt and Sam. Gary McCann comes across the start-finish line. Drew Cheek has moved up into 4th place, Pat.
For a second, it looked like there was something wrong with Gary McCann's car. He slowed down, but now he's moved up right behind Sam Price again, and he's trying to duck by. No, he can have himself go 1 by 1 as they come down the front straight away. Right behind him. Cannot get by going into the first turn as they're heading down the backstretch, Chuck.
Look at Cheek trying to make the move on the outside of McCann on the backstretch. Can't do it, though. And Willard looks like he's trying to shut Cheek off. Cheek goes to the outside, almost to the boilerplate. Sam Price trying to get by Walt. Gary McCann. Willard, Drew Cheek gets nudged out, and he's back in 5th place and trying to hold off Hans Vesky there for 6th place, Pat.
Bruce Cheek starting the outside groove, but he's not having much luck there. He can't get by coming down to the checkered flag. The winner, Sam Price right behind, and Bruce Cheek just stuck up there in the high groove, just could not get by. It's the case of on Saugus Speedway. The track, a very narrow one-car length through, and if you get parked outside, it's awfully tough to get by.
Oh, Cheek looked like he was really making a good move in lap number 4 on the turn number 3. He was going to the outside, and it looked like he had everything he needed to get underneath McCann. But Willard shut him off. Willard is a very good driver. He moved down on the inside and just closed the door on True Cheek. And True Cheek lost a little bit. It's like if you sneeze in a race like this, you lose 4 positions. And I guess True Cheek must have sneezed because he came back into 5th position the way we have it. True Cheek was in 5th, but he made a good stand and tried to really get up there in front and was doing a beautiful job, Pat. It was a good, fast race and bunch close together.
Well, what's amazing, too, is how hard these drivers race, Chuck. And Trophy Dash is kind of a race for fun. It doesn't count. It doesn't award points. And there's no real money in it. It pays a handful of dollars. The main event later on tonight has $1,000 to win. That's worth risking your neck for. But these guys, no, they don't care about the money. They're just out there to prove who's the best. And clearly in the Trophy Dash, it was car number 63 of Walt Price. And I say again, he is not related to Sam Price because I keep getting the two guys mixed up. They're not the Price brothers. They just happen to have the same last name. Right now, Walt is down on the front stretch to collect his trophy. Alongside him, True Cheek will also get an award for setting fast time this evening. And in the meantime, we'll be setting up the cars to run our first heat race of the evening, Chuck.
Well, listen, this is just a foreshadow of the things that are to come tonight. These guys, as you say, that they're not out here in these trophy dashes for the money. But to qualify in the top 6, if you're going to have a 6-car trophy dash, or to qualify the fastest is an honor. That's what these fans come out here to see, and these drivers know that. So they work to try to get into the heat, into the trophy dashes, and for that fast qualifying time. Of course, Cheek has been there a lot this year. He was here a lot. He's been there a lot ever since he's been racing, especially out here in Saugus. So he's always been in those trophy dashes. He's always had good qualifying time. And Walt Price did a beautiful job in winning that race. He started right up in front and managed to hold the rest of the field off.
Well, if we look at the two cars down the front straightaway, a study in contrast. In short track stock car racing, the Chevrolet Camaro, especially on the tighter tracks, 1/3, 1/4 miles, seems to have an edge because it's got a little shorter wheelbase. It's a very good handling car. Walt Price has a Camaro. True Cheek runs a Chevelle. Don Langford right now in victory lane here at Saugus Speedway, talking to the winner. Don Langford, now down to you.
Oh, well, Mike, exciting 6-lap victory here for the Trophy Dash. A lot of people there in your mirrors.
Yes, sir. Very definitely. A lot of good competitors, sir.
What about running this Trophy Dash? What is your prospects now for the main? A little better?
Oh, well, we've got a lot of bugs to work out of it, but I'm sure we'll get it handled all right.
You seem to run awful good for having a lot of bugs to work out.
Well, you just learn to get around them a little bit, that's all.
Well, congratulations, and we'll see you in the main event. Now back to Tower.
Okay, thank you very much, Don Langford. And, of course, there's not much time for Walt Price to celebrate. He's got to take his car back to the pits, check over the engine, perhaps put on some new tires, because he'll be coming back to run a heat race a little later this evening. As a matter of fact, just 2 races from now. First, we'll have the pro heat race for the back-of-the-field qualifiers. That'll start 14 cars, 13 cars make it, and then the second heat race will start 14. Walt Price will be in that one, and he'll be in with the same group of guys who just had to race in this trophy dash. So there's no relief for Walt, no getting away from the hot dogs. They'll go up again against True Cheek, Sam Price, the same bunch of drivers, and then they'll all be back in the main event. And a big applause here from the crowd for Saugus Speedway for True Cheek. Chuck, I think now is as good a time as any to talk about True, some of the incredible accomplishments he's made. We'll do that when we come right back to Saugus Speedway. Well, Chuck, you were down in the pits earlier this evening. You talked to True Cheek, a truly amazing man.
Oh, it's a picture of courage for a man of True Cheek's incapability to be able to do what he does. What I mean is, True Cheek is crippled. He has trouble moving both legs, actually moving them. He can't lift them in the car. They are set into what we call cages in the car on his accelerator and brake pedals so that they won't fall off. And that is the way he manipulates those 2 pedals. But if they fall off, then he has no way of getting them back on. So he has a special gear in the underneath the dash of his car to hold his feet onto the pedal. What a competitor. You talk to any of the drivers, and this guy is one of the toughest competitors on a racetrack that's ever got behind the wheel.
Well, True Cheek, 41 years old, born in Nebraska, came out west about 20 years ago. He was on a hiking trip, and it was dark, and he fell down a cliff. Crew broke his back, suffered spinal damage. That is the source of his problems.
Crew spent many years in a wheelchair, but he did not let it stop him. He's a very intelligent man. In addition to being a skillful race driver, he has a degree in business from Brigham Young University in Utah, I should say. He came to Saugus Speedway just on a lark in 1962 to come out and look at the race cars. He decided, hey, this looks fun. I'd like to do this. He did not let his disability stop him. A week later, he goes out and buys a race car, and he starts driving. Now, how many people would have the motivation to go through on the spur of a moment like that, and he turned into a winner?
Oh, he has phenomenal ability and such drive. You know, and his cars are very sophisticated. They're well built. You know that they've been taken a lot of pains with, and he drives them as such. They're very sophisticated pieces of equipment. You know, he is second in the point standings right now this year, and that's an accomplishment for a person that has all of his capabilities and all of his faculties about him. And True Cheek goes in with a handicap and is able to do it year after year.
True gave it his best effort this year. Unfortunately for him, fortunately for Dan Press, Dan Press has already clinched the championship. He did it at the race a couple of weeks ago here at Saugus Speedway. Dan Press, resting on his laurels, quite literally, did not even bother to come to the track tonight. Why risk his race car when he's already got the championship sewn up? So True Cheek, though, he's got $1,000 to win. That's his motive tonight.
Well, just to give you an idea of how well he has done in 1978, as I said, he was second. He has won 3 trophy dashes, 6 main events. He's had 8 seconds, 2 thirds, 2 fourths, and 2 fifths. So you know he's always right up there in the money. It's just a phenomenal record for a man that can do, has all these capabilities, and yet he does it without them. It's just phenomenal.
One thing about True Cheek, Chuck, that still bothers me, I can't figure out who he looks like. He's got a very dapper, thin mustache. I'm trying to think, is it Ronald Coleman that True Cheek looks like?
Could be, yes, he does. Yeah, there's a striking resemblance to Ronald Coleman. There's no doubt about it. But it's one of the stories of racing, and you go to any track, you go to Ascot, you go to Ontario, you go to Riverside, you go back east, they know of True Cheek, and he could be competitive with anybody, anywhere. We now have Walt Price coming up into the booth, and we're going to try to get him, if he can hop over this area, and get his...
Walt Price not letting his trophy get too far away. Chuck, let's talk to the winner of the trophy dash, Walt Price.
Great race, Walt.
Thank you very much, sir.
Boy, you had a fight right from the start. You had 5 of them right on your tail.
Oh, yes. Real close competition out here at Saugus. Yes, sir.
Looks like you were getting a little bit loose over there in turn 3 and 4. What about that? Is that a pretty slick part of the track now?
Well, they've had several fellows that have blown up motors and lost some water and stuff, so it is a little slick, yes.
How's that car running? Is it running the way you want it to run? You've got another 15-lap heat race and a main event coming up. Is it doing what you want it to do?
It's much better than it has been, yes. A lot better.
Do you have any questions, Pat?
Well, I think one question for Walt, will you make any changes in the race car before the main event, or do you go with the same setup?
No, I'm going to go back and make some changes in it right now.
What are you going to do to it?
Well, it's a new car, and I still got a lot of bugs to work out of it, but I got to go back and look at it, see what it was doing, and talk to my pit crew and see what they have to say.
Are you talking suspension mainly?
Yes, sir. Mainly that's it.
Do you have to change the suspension every track you go to? I mean, is it that critical?
Yes, it is. It is very critical.
Well, this asphalt presents even more unique problems than dirt, say.
Well, asphalt's not so bad, but this particular track here is just flat. Just as flat as the everyday street you drive on, which is very hard to drive on. And it's a whale of a show for the people to come out and see.
You know, I was even told by one of the drivers back in the pit this afternoon that on the outside of turn 3, the camber is even just a little bit reversed. Is that, you can slide off toward the wall, right?
It's negative camber, yes, sir, it is.
Boy, that must be hairy when you get up close to the rebels up there.
Yes, it is, but it's a fun racetrack, just like they advertise.
You like to stay away out of the marbles then, right?
Well, you can drive pretty much the whole racetrack, but sometimes it does get a little loose, yes, sir.
Well, Walt wants to congratulate you again, let you get back and do the adjustments on your car, and wish you a lot of luck in the 2 races coming up.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Walt Price.
Congratulations to Walt Price, winner of the trophy dash. Let's now go down to the garage area for a report from Don Langford.
Well, earlier this evening we talked to Gary McCann, talked to him about running in the trophy dash. He won the top 6 qualifiers, and talking about what happened about problems. Well, unfortunately, he's experiencing some brake problems right now. His car is torn off, the crew has torn off the hood and back into the trunk area to try to fix the rear brake problem, and they're working on it right now. A lot of the other cars right now, the crews and the drivers are standing around waiting for their turn in the trophy dash and the rest of the heat races. But for Gary McCann's crew, they've got a lot of work ahead of them. Now back up the tower.
14, Jim Stovey. Car number 17, Randy Dodd. Car problem. Car number 59, Mike Willard as well. The guy who ran so quickly in that trophy act. They did not make the starting grid. So we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 cars will be running this 15-lap race, Chuck.
11 cars, and but that is quite a bit on that track. You look at it, and they'll take up about half of that backstretch when they're bunched together. Car number 44 now we're getting. That's one of them that didn't come out there in the beginning. And that is... Well, I don't have a number on car 44. We'll have to look that up. We do have one... car number 14. That's Stovey, Jim Stovey. He's bringing up the rear here, so he will be starting back there with True Chief. Car number 90, Ken Davis. Jim Stovey was supposed to start right up in front with him, but it looks like he's going to be in the back there.
Yeah, we do have an additional car. It was not lost in the original starting grid. That's car number 14, and that car will be driven tonight by, looks like a change in car number, yeah, for Jim Stovey. Yeah. So he did make the starting grid after all. Cars now on the back stretch. The starter poised with the green flag ready, so we may get a start this time around. Let's watch the starter very closely. They're coming down to the third turn. Coming down. Inside, but he wants the lead going to turn two. They're side by side.
Jeff Lawson takes the lead. Car number 90, Ken Davis is in second place. But it looks from here as if we've got one of the Price brothers, so-called. No, it's not right. Car number 90 goes to the inside. He's on the infield. So now it's Jeff Lawson and it's Ryan Aldridge. And car number 40 is running in third place.
Still racing. Jeff Lawson, car number 21 on the outside. They're coming down the inside. They go to turn two. They're still side by side down in the back. Going out of lead, going down the stretch. Henry Stafford is in the lead.
Stafford working his way through that very short left-hand turn. We've got a pile of car number 42. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars are stopped. 5 cars. We've got a red light. We're stopping this race. Everybody is stopping right in their tracks. Coming out of turn 4, a 5-car pileup. 1 car is moving now. We've got a lot of paint and a lot of fenders down there that are pushed around just a little bit. It looks to me like car number 24, Bill Morton, was once in front of that. Whether he got loose and they came into him, I don't know. But he was one of them who was in front of that.
That's not really a serious accident. The cars, when they came together, had one of the slower points in the course, right between turn 3 and turn 4 in the middle of the big 180-degree turn. One car did bounce through the air, hit the crash wall. We're looking down right now to see if any drivers are having any problems getting out of their race cars. A few cars will badly bent up, but I'd be willing to wager, Chuck, that at least half of the cars involved in that accident will be able to restart. And in fact, the word has just come down. None of the drivers injured. A roar goes up from the crowd. They're very happy about that. But one driver already out of the race, car number 90, Ken Davis, and Don Langford is talking to him in the pit.
Well, I'm not right there right now, so when I'm going back to you, I'll be with you back in a second.
Okay, excuse me, Donald. The cars right now set coming down, relining up on the starting grid, and it'll be interesting to see how the starter relines up the cars, considering that the race will revert to the preceding lap. Is the rule on red flag, so the finishing order on lap number 2 will determine how they line up for the full restart.
They got real crowded down there in turn 3. I noticed just now, Bill Foster in car number 9. While Bill Foster took his car to the pit, we'll see what happens down there. Don Langford is now ready in the pit.
Yeah, he's got some body damage to the rear of the vehicle. His crew right now is going to find out if they can put this damage together. As Bill is heading back to his garage area, along with some race officials to find out if he can get enough duct tape to get this thing back together again. Back to you in the tower.
Well, that's a wise decision on his part. Believe it or not, the winner of this heat race will get $30. You heard me correctly, $30 is what this race pays. The main event pays $1,000 to win. And after you've set up your car, you know how it's handling. If you've had an accident, it really does not make sense to try to run the race with a problem, risk more damage to the car. It's better to go to the pit, fix up the race car, get it ready to go in the main event, and that's exactly what a number of race drivers are doing. Now it looks like it may be several minutes before we're able to restart this race. The wreckers will come out. It looks like it's going to take the wreckers to pull apart a couple of the race cars. The bumpers are locked, fenders locked. It may be well before we can restart this race.
We have 3 cars right down in front. Stand.
And that's all it takes. Full move off the race, you're going to let your guys work on. What do you think you look at the Danny now? On the outside, just about. Were you injured at all in this inning? No. Like it's like an everyday occurrence to you. Oh, sure. Good Bill Foster, the pitch. John Mike, now back to Dollar.
Okay, John Lindler just pulled up behind the first car. The dark up there, I can't see the number, but I was a little bit concerned about Don Lindler. They were trying to pull some body work out from the front of his car, and it looks like they did it all right. And he did beat all right. He's already trying to weave his way up 200 feet from the start. And we're off to running number 1 and 2. Ryan Alderson's in third place. The fight is for fourth. It's Drew Cheek in fourth place, and he's pulling away from Sam Price. Running across the start-finish line for the fourth lap now. There was Ken Sapp. Ryan Alderson, Drew Cheek, and Pat Alderson. The drivers are watching this race with Drew Cheek. Fourth place as it goes down the backstretch. Drew Cheek dives to the inside. He can't get by. Drew Cheek still in fourth place. Come down the stretch. Peter Conlon. He goes to the inside. The inside group. Kenny Sapper sticking to the inside of the track as they go down the backstretch. Boy, these are the hot shoes. You can tell it. Ken Sapper trying to hold Lindler gives him a little drop kick and pushes Ken Sapper ahead a little bit. Gives him a car like this. Always, and that's Drew Cheek and Tom Pesky and Sam Price in that order. They're single file going through turns 2 and 3. But it's still Ken Sapper holding off Lindler. Then Ryan Aldridge. Drew Cheek tries to make a move again. He goes to the inside. Now they're single file. They don't try to pass on that outside turn. Lindler goes to the outside, thinks better of it, comes back in and cuts in the second place once again. They're on the backstretch, Pat. Lindler going to the outside, but he cuts again to get by as Kenny Sapper holds the car length lead. Going around the turn. Lindler is bumping Sapper. He's trying to push it over. Outside, when they come down the straightaway, he's still in the clear outside the wall. But he just can't get by, and in fact, Drew almost lost the position as they went through the turn. Sapper still in front, Lindler on the outside. They're side by side as they come down the stretch. Sapper pulls out. Drew Cheek looks like he might be getting just a little bit desperate. Passing through a breath in the turn, and he's trying to take over third place from Ryan Aldridge. He does it on the outside. Now he's got his sights set on Lindler. Lindler punches up behind Ken Sapper. Sapper trying to hold them all off. Drew Cheek on the outside once again. Being challenged on the inside. Cheek can do it. Lindler goes to the outside. Thinks he'll make a pass on Ken Sapper on the outside, and he's their nose to tail. Now they're shore handle to door handle, and they've got a little paint scraping over there. They're nudging each other just a little bit. Ken Sapper, Don Lindler, Drew Cheek. They're trying to fight off that Ryan Aldridge in fourth place as Ken Sapper goes into turn 1 and 2. That's no surprise that Drew Cheek gets by the both of them before the race is over. We're on lap number 10. 5 laps to go. Kenny Sapper still in front. Lindler a car race behind. Then Drew Cheek. Drew Cheek working the outside. It's almost as if he's trying to set up Lindler by going to the outside every lap, trying to lure Lindler to the outside. Then when the time is right, he'll jump down to the inside. Coming around from lap number 12. Working lap number 13. Saugus pouring off those tires on the outside of the tires. Drew Cheek makes a move. He's up beside Lindler on the outside, trying to take second. There he's trying to take fifth from Sapper. Can he do it? He's on the outside. Sapper on the inside. They're almost door handle to door handle. Drew Cheek on the outside. Can't do it yet. Sapper holds him off. Cheek is not tucking back in at second place. Cheek is on the outside. Can he do it in this backstretch back? Drew Cheek moves to the outside. He is cold. He's re-lost the lead. Kenny Sapper on the inside still has the lead coming down. This is it. Final lap. Ken Sapper inside. Drew Cheek outside. Drew turns to Sapper. Half a car length in front as they go down the backstretch. This will be Drew Cheek's last chance. Side by side. He's a nose in front. Sapper moves out half a car length. Side by side. What's your guess? It looks like a dead heat. Oh. There wasn't a paint job between those two cars. Not one paint job. It's going to be tough. They don't know yet who has won. At least they haven't given us the signs. What a battle for first place. Right up in front where it should be. Drew Cheek and Ken Sapper, 2 of the favorites here at Saugus, really doing the job on this crowd. Boy, he had them up on their feet, let me say. Well, we just looked down at car starter Walt Ayers to ask him who won the race, and he looked up to us and shrugged his shoulders. He didn't know. And unless we can develop a systematic photo finish picture,
We may never know who won that race, but we've got the three cars, the top three finishers pulled up in the starting line right now. True Cheek and Kenny Sapper in what looks like a dead heat finish, and we're waiting for the officials to make a final decision on the finish of that race. Literally too close to call here at Saugus Speedway.
Well, we got a lot of people standing up here cheering, but I'm not quite sure yet what for. And I don't think that they have made up their mind yet, or at least they haven't informed us as to who the winner is. They're shaking their head. The starter down at the line, George Ayers, is still not giving any sign. But both of the cars, True Cheek and Ken Sapper, put on one whale of a show. It's typical of short track racing. You see it every time you go out. Short tracking is just that way, man. If they can get close enough to each other, they'll get even closer. And you know there was a lot of paint jobs swapped back and forth down there in that race.
Oh, what a race that was. Our George Cheek is going down the start-finish line right now. The word is out. The winner is True Cheek. He did it. He came from behind, passing on the outside, but so many drivers told us it's almost impossible to do here at Saugus Speedway unless your car was really running. True Cheek did it. He's coming up the stairs right now to talk to us. And the roar coming up from this crowd is just incredible. It's not hard to figure out that True Cheek is the favorite of these Saugus fans.
Boy, didn't I tell you, everybody likes True Cheek, and he put on quite a show. Let me tell you, he won that race in the last 50 feet. In the last 50 feet is where he won that race. He was fighting for the last 4 or 5 laps. Door handle to door handle with Ken Sapper, and they were really putting on the show. Sapper wasn't giving an inch. It might have been horsepower. It might have been a jump off the turn. Sapper might have got into some rough spots there on the inside of the track, but whatever it was, True Cheek managed to hold on the outside, and that's kind of tough to do. Take an outside turn up into the rough and pull off a win like that. But he did it, man, in the last 20 feet. He's right behind you.
Here comes True right now. Cut McGinnis, the KLAC studio, standing by with news. But first, let's talk to the man who pulled off that incredible finish. True Cheek. So many drivers told us you can't pass on the outside at Saugus Speedway. How did you do it?
It's tough. You got to be racing with the best drivers to do it, though. If they slide out into you, you're dead.
Did you think that you had won the race as you came by the finish line?
I was pretty sure I'd won it, but it was close. We couldn't tell it from up here. That's how close it was. Oh, you did that in the last 50 feet. You won that race in the last 50 feet. Now, you were high coming out of 3. You were on the outside all the way for about the last 5 laps. That's a rough place to win a race from, isn't it?
I hated to do it. That's my motor in that car, too, and he's my good friend. I can't back up.
Well, it was obvious that you two had a lot of confidence in each other because I think you swapped a little paint a couple of times, didn't you?
Yeah, we've raced together probably 12, 13 years. So we know each other pretty well.
Well, it showed, and you guys put on one heck of a show. You had everybody in these stands standing up screaming. I don't know if they were screaming for you or Ken. I think probably for both of them.
I want to be in trouble when I get back in the pits. My chief crew member told me to finish last.
You got another 100 laps to go, too.
Yes, it's going to be a good one. Got some mighty nice drivers out here, fast and really full of compete.
You guys what they came to see.
Thank you.
No doubt about it. It's a beautiful show.
I sure hope so.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations again to True Cheek, winner of the heat race here at Saugus Speedway. The question now becomes...
We're watching the finish line, and we just absolutely couldn't tell. It looked just like it was bumper to bumper to us.
Oh, boy, that's super. I've got True Cheek's motor in the car, and I don't know what to say. He's been so good to me, and now I got a chance to beat him once. But he's so darn good to everybody, and he's very fast on a racetrack.
Well, that's a funny story. Let's go over that again. Your car, the car you used to beat True Cheek, has an engine provided by True Cheek?
Yes, and some other parts also. Speedway Engineering, where I work, has helped me out tremendously with the chassis department, and I broke one of our own motors here about 3 months ago, and Stu loaned me his motor, and said if I could make it work, I could run it. So we put it in, and I'm running it.
What can you do, Ken, when a driver is on the outside? Now, if a guy's trying to pass you on the inside, you can move to the inside of the track coming down the straightaway. Is there anything a driver can do when True Cheek is working in that outside groove?
Well, if you're a clean driver, you give a man racing room. If he's got the courtesy to pass you on the outside, you don't dust him up in the marbles like a lot of people would do. You give him racing room. And this is something we've all tried to work out among ourselves here. The drivers, especially in the top 6, we've managed to try to do that this year, and so far it's worked out pretty good.
Well, aside from that one little fender bender we had down in turn 4, were you anywhere near that collision? That caused you any problems?
No, I was lucky enough to be ahead of it.
Well, that's the place to be. Kenny, I know you've got a lot of work to do to get ready for the main event.
You better go back and check to see if Drew's pulling that motor out of your car. He may want to use it.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh, you drove one heck of a race, and you really put on a show for the people. You had them on their feet for about the last 10 laps. So I'll tell you, that's what it's all about. And congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
See you in the main event.
I'll be there. Oh, finally, Chuck has got a chance to breathe. What an incredible heat race that is. The main event, what that will be like. Oh, combined 11 cars in the
start. They start looking for everyone looking very good.
Try to break too fast. But he's going to be concentrating on the first 2 or 3 rows to make sure that those people set the correct pace and that the rest of the field does not try to break too quickly. It's a tough job, Pat.
Chuck, let's make an apology right now. We will try, but there's no way we're going to be able to call the start of this race over the roar of these engines. We'll pick it up on the back stretch and let you hear what these race cars sound like.
And I think we've got to start.
The green flag is out. And it's Drew Cheek on the inside, pulling away from the lead. Ron Switching in second place. Mike Willard in third place. And fourth place, Billy McCann coming around to lap number 1.
Mike Willard and Gary McCann. McCann running fourth place. McCann without a front end on his automobile and hasn't slowed it down one bit. Everybody is making it through. We've got a car spun out in turn 4. That's Bill Morgan, car number 24. We got another car up against the wall. We're going to slow this race down. We are under yellow. There is a car. One car is underway now. That's Jeff Lawson, car number 21. He is now underway. So it appears that all the cars are off the wall, but we had contact into the wall in turn 1 and 2. We also had another car spinning onto the inside. Jeff Lawson was one of the cars that got into the wall, and he was heading back toward us into that boilerplate. Another car who had collided either with him or with the wall got underway very quickly. But it looks like we are going to have a restart, Pat, and I don't know that they're going to stop it.
No, it looks like it'll be a single-file restart because the cars did complete one lap. It was on the second lap that we had that spin down in the turn 1-2 area. Another car in trouble at the same time coming down the front straightaway with car number 10 of Norm Wereworth. We saw sparks coming from that car. Apparently he just sideswiped another car, though, coming down the straightaway because Norm Wereworth is still on the track. His car has a dark mark right by the right rear wheel, but there's not anything wrong with it. Another car pulling into the infield right now. 51 of, our boy, Gabby Garrison, wants to talk to the officials. Chuck, it looks like he may have a flat tire or something because the left rear of the car looks a little strange.
Somebody has left his mark there. There's no doubt about it. And we've got another start. Here comes Bruce, Tom Bessie, Mike Willard, Gary McCann, and car number 61, that's Sam White. Single file, making their way through turn 1 and 2. The leader, Bruce, down on the back stretch, now entering turn 4. Everybody gets through turn 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 of this lap. Okay, Bruce now passing it out. 3 laps lead. Tom Bessie running in second place. Mike Willard in third place. Then it's Gary McCann without the front end. They're in good shape, Pat. Through these turns and on that backstretch. Nothing that has moved any of the cars out. 79, Bernie Hilbert is out of the race. He moved back into the finish. Bottom, switch to back running. Bill Foster now trying to put a pass on car number 85. That's in the battle. Go through turns 1 and 2. The leader, Drew Cheek. We're looking for the leader right now. They're just coming by. Start finish now. Bill Hopkins, Al Howard, Mike Willard, Gary McCann, and Ryan Aldrich in that order.
As they go down the back stretch, they're about 100 yards behind the 2 leaders of Bruce. Here comes Willard. Here comes McCann. And McCann is good. Oh, 2 cars.
Don Whitman.
Car number 9, Wyatt, Bill Foster, and Foster's car is just sitting there. Both coming down the car. There's left rear center and fast in. It looks like it's rubbing on the tire. Ryan Bill Foster. He gets a picture. He says, still sitting in the infield. The question is,
out of it. It's surprising. I don't know what he's trying to get out of the car now. I think he's given up the ghost. Don Lindler lost about a half a lap on that car number 46 in that jump for Bill Foster. Truchick is going away. He has now moved out to a 15-car race over Hunt Pesky, Mike Willard, Gary McCann, and Ryan Aldridge. But they're trying to make up the ground. Truchick, it's a beautiful engine, a beautiful car. He's doing a great job of weaving his way through some slower traffic as he comes through, finishing lap number 14. Working lap number 15 of 100 laps. Truchick leading Hunt Pesky and Mike Willard, Gary McCann, Ryan Aldridge, and we'll try to pick up the sixth-place car for you. Right now, Truchick comes across the line, finishing lap number 15. For a while, Bill Foster is finally back into his car, but it looks like a car over there. Okay, let's get back to the battle at the front of the pack. As they come around, lap number 16. Truchick is carving his way from the traffic. Finish line. Moving his way through traffic. Tom Fuller has passed several cars in the road. Outside, Truchick. Behind him, Hans Weston. Wallace slightly behind, but he is able to catch up. They're going through these turns 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 side by side. And Bill Foster back in the infield now. He has given up the ghost. The big number 9 car, the big Dodge with a Hemi engine. He will not see any more laps tonight. Completing lap number 18. Still, Truchick running very smooth, a very good race. Passing slower traffic, putting some of that slower traffic in himself. Mike Willard, Gary McCann, Ryan Aldridge. There's a lot of slower traffic now. And Truchick is having to work his way down that back stretch. But he does it very, very nicely. Up to turn 3 now. The leader comes across the finish line, followed by Hans Weston. Very good, smooth racing being run tonight. Don Lindler driving that second race. He started on the outside of the 5th row, that 10th starting position. Then he moved all the way up to 2nd place behind Truchick. The question is, can he catch the hard-flying Truchick? Car number 39. The second place winner for most race so far, Hans Weston, put back to third. Car number 66 running fourth, and he's going to get all the way to the last race. That's Jim Kent. So a lot of guys really working their way up to the field, moving to the top. Right now, no doubt about the leader himself. It is car number 62, that incredibly fast developed, moving through turn 3, turn 4, heading down the right now. It's a lap number 4. The leader is Truchick. One of the drivers, Adiger, 62-year-old driver, now running in 8th place. They come by this time. Finishing lap number 23. We're working lap 24 of 100 laps on this main event. And it's still Truchick passing forward traffic. What a beautiful job of driving he's doing. Staying out of the driver's way, keeping himself clear, staying alone on the track. And that's one of the secrets of short track racing. Don't get too involved, especially with the slower cars. Car number 46 back into the race now. Don Lindler pulled to the infield. He has lost a couple of laps, but he is pouring out white smoke out of the back of his car. Still, Truchick as he comes out of turn 2. Then it's Tom Pesky, car number 39. Then it's Gary McCann. Mike Willard has moved in front of Gary McCann. Then it's Ryan Aldridge. As they go down the back street, Truchick is just now crossing the start-finish line, completing 26 laps. A beautiful race done by Truchick. The heavy team is still in it, and they're still in contention. Here's how it stands after 26 laps. The leader, of course, car number 62, Orange is now working his way through traffic. Just dropping right now, car number 66 to Jim Kent. Truchick is now running flawlessly, and he's rolled out. A front move back to the street over Hans Weston, and then a immaculate number 39 car as they come around to 27. That's the way they stand at Saugus Speedway. We'll be back with the Saugus 100. The Saugus Grand Prix 100. Up them here completed 30. Now, even though Crew is up the challenge by Hans Weston, he still has the targeted race through traffic of getting to a pack of cars still on the racetrack right now. Number 10 is turn number 3. That's car number 27.
of the track, but George got the engine running again. There is no need for a yellow flag. The race continues flat out, very flat right now. Looking for a to get back on the track, much like we went on a living in the flow of traffic. Very good. Cruise kick the leader, Hans Westy, half a lap behind and pushing, and now it gets down to the Hans Westy, all the people are stand on it, only the catch the lead.
Lap 34. Leader, Cruise kick, half-second lap. Head of second place runner, car number 39, Hans Westy. Following Hans Westy, car number 59, Mike Willard, and car number 23, Gary McCann. Cruise kick is running to 17.5-second lap in traffic. There is a lot of traffic out here. Only 3 cars that I know of have gone into the pit area. And it's a great night for third place between Mike Willard and Gary McCann. McCann is nudging Willard as they go onto the back stretch. They're running for third place, and Mike McCann has not slowed down at all with that lack of front end. Let's go to Don Langford in the pit.
Okay, we've got several cars out. Car number 9, Bill Foster is out on the infield. Car number 10, Norm Weyerberg is out of the race. Car number 14, Jim Stoll came in a couple of times. Car 79 also did the same thing. Bernie Hilverburn from Arleta was in a couple of times. Apparently some rear end suspension problems. And looks like car number 23 is also out of the race at this time. I think that car number 20, Lynn Weyerberg, is out of the race at this time. Now back to the tower.
We've got a real battle shaping up for third place. Gary McCann keeps nudging Mike Willard in the back end as they go down that back stretch, and he's doing the same thing as he comes across here across start-finish line. It's a great battle for third place between Mike Willard and Gary McCann as Cruise Cheek comes across, completing lap number 39.
Gary McCann and Mike Willard have the entire start of the race up at the front. The way they get it on in the last lap, they run around. Cruise Cheek, I should say, exactly second. I had a second place driver, Hans Westy, 6 seconds. That's a little more than a third of a lap around the track of Hans Westy coming by the side of the track. And amazing that Andy Apple, reddish orange paint job of Hans Westy is still immaculate after all this time. Running center to center with other cars. They come out and get another time. The difference between the two leaders. Hans Westy comes by 7 seconds this time. So Hans Westy is 7 seconds behind Cruise Cheek. Let's go back to the battle for third place. Gary McCann and Mike Willard are still neck and neck. Cruise Cheek complete lap number 42. We're coming up on the halfway mark.
Coming up on the halfway mark. Finishing lap 42 right now. And Hans Westy, as Pat said, is trailing Cruise Cheek by 7.5 seconds. He's losing just about 0.3 of a second a lap. That's how fast Cruise Cheek is going and how consistent a job he is doing. He is on the inside of the track and stays out of trouble every turn. He manages to go in just slightly behind some of the slower traffic, and by the time he comes out of the turn, he has passed, doing a beautiful job of driving, as are many of the hot shoes in the race right now. In fact, Cruise Cheek has just come up behind Ken Stapper and is passing him. Ken Stapper leading in the 15-lap main event. Ken Stapper now is being lapped by our leader, Cruise Cheek. Cruise Cheek now stretches his lead out to 8 seconds over second place. Car number 39, Hans Westy. Third place right now, car number 59, Mike Willard. Car number 23 is running in fourth position. That's Gary McCann, as we're working lap number 45.
Almost as if the times of Mike Willard and Gary McCann are tied together. They're that close, and McCann is literally twisting. Mike Willard through the turn, coming out to complete lap number 46. Mike Willard in third place. Gary McCann, the car without the front end. Body work up there, and he's going to be missing the whole bumper and everything else. He's Willard's car like that, trying to push rapidly up to the front line. Gary McCann tries the outside. No dice, cuts back in behind Gary McCann, and these guys are throwing him out of the home battle to third place. They're slowly but surely closing in on Gary. I think they're closing in on Hans Westy. They're now only about 9 car lengths behind Hans Westy. And pretty soon, we'll be having a battle for second place between 3 drivers. Hans Westy, Mike Willard, Gary McCann. The leader is still way out front. Now it's coming up on, well, here comes the leader by right now. Nearly half a mile out of the front of the throw. coming up on the lap 49. Let's follow through around the start-finish line now. The halfway point. Crew Chief is half. Oh, we have a spin in turn number 3. The car into the wall. There's so much smoke we can't see the numbers, but there's smoke coming from the car. It did not appear that he hit the wall very hard. A red flag has come out. All of the cars are being stopped. Chuck McCann, through all that smoke, can you catch a number? I can't see the number, Chuck. Who is it?
I think it's car number 79. That's Denny Hilbert. Denny Hilbert, yes, sir. He is in the wall. He has now moved. He's into the side of the wall. Actually, the side of the car is in the wall. The smoke is pouring out. It looks like he's lost his bonnet, but he is out of the car. So it looks like Denny Hilbert will be all right. He really went into that boilerplate, and we have stopped the race. We're going to have to restart it as Denny Hilbert, car number 79, takes it to the wall. From Saugus Speedway, this is the Saugus 100. And they are racing out of turn 4.
But he was not able to get by any cars. Now, here he goes. Hans Lester passes one car. Coming up to pass another car. The interval now. Cruising. The difference now between first and place. Cruising going in the third place. Hans Lester at the middle of the back stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4 cars back. Hans Lester. Passing it all himself. He is lap 24 car. Between him and there comes Morton in the back. Here comes Bruce. Here comes Hans Lester. 4 seconds. Second place, Hans Lester. Back cars between them. Coming around the 54, the winner is Will C.
Stay out of trouble. Stretching his lead out now to about 4.5 seconds over the second place runner, car number 39. The real dice is between Gary McCann and Mike Willard, running for third place. Mike Willard trying to hold off Gary McCann, and McCann moves up on him at turn 3 and 4. The bumper goes to the tail now. Gary McCann gives him a bit of a drop kick as they go into turn 1. Mike Willard having his hands full. He can't even look forward to see what's ahead of him. That's Hans Lefty. But Gary McCann really putting the pressure on him now. That's the best race on the track. As our second place runner, Hans Lefty, across the start finish line. Crew Chief, our leader, is on the back. That's how that distance is stretched out. Hans Lefty now making a little bit of a move. He comes by 2 slower cars and has the track all for himself for just the length of the straightaway. Hans Lefty trying to make up time on one of the toughest drivers that ever raced in Saugus. Crew Chief is one of the most popular competitors. The race is still going on for third place at least. Mike Willard, Gary McCann, as they come up on slower traffic in turn number 3. McCann moves up behind him, gives him a little bit of a nudge. But I'm sure Mike Willard is looking over his shoulder and say, hey, wait a minute. As they go onto the inside under slower cars now. Mike Willard still trying to hold off Gary McCann. The race is for third place on the field.
That's where the action is back in the track. The race fans here at Saugus Speedway are getting the distinct impression that unless something goes wrong, that car number 62 of Bruce Keith, that he's going to be able to carving his way through traffic, no trouble whatsoever. The drivers, when they see that car coming up in the rearview mirror, they move way outside. They don't want to take it. They know how fast he's coming. Bruce Keith on the back stretch now, a steady and smooth, making his way through traffic, completing lap number 60. We've got 40 laps to go. Here comes Hans Lefty by, and car number 61 looks like he's one of the car that's racing back. That is Stanley Price. Now he's walking down the lap over the official score, so he's got a lap to make up. But look at his timing. Stan Price just may be the fastest driver on the track right now. To finish the order, Bruce Keith, Hans Lefty, and there's that battle for third is at it again. Mike Willard, Gary McCann right behind him as they go down the back stretch. This is the battle of the inning, the battle of the Chuck has been watching. It looks like the cars are coming together. The can will fade to the outside, will fade to the inside. Willard is not getting any room. Now Willard is moving through traffic. He's still got a few car legs on the can. And Willard has to find one advantage in traffic. He's going to have to hope the car because unless he makes a mistake, unless Mike Willard makes a mistake, he's got George Romero right behind him at all times. And it's going to be good. Oh! McCann just bumped Willard. McCann to get by. The car is coming around, completing lap number 65. We complete almost 3 laps a minute. More than 3 laps. The track is so quick, almost 4 laps a minute. Here's some Bruce Deep against the margin right now. Only half a car length. Drew lost some time during traffic that last time around because Hans Vesky has closed in a little bit. This time, here comes and here comes Hans Vesky. Only 2.5 seconds from the lead to second place. We may have a horse race here, Chuck.
2.5 second lead. That's not too much, but still 33 laps to go. We're working lap number 68 right now. I don't know how this happened. The official scoring is showing car number 59 and Mike Willard and car number 23 running in 6th and 7th position. I don't know when they were passed, but they're showing Ken Stapper. Now they're showing car number 39, Wesky, then car number 59. Mike Willard in 3rd place, car number 66 up in 4th. So I don't believe the wash is out. I think we're going to have Mike Willard running in 3rd place if he finishes like this with Gary McCann right behind him. And the battle is royal. Let me tell you, they have been jumping and grinding each other all the way around this track since we had the restart 50 laps and even before that. But Drew Cheek still running up beautiful and doing the job that everybody expected he would do, working his way through slower traffic, going through turns 2 and 3. Now into 3 and 4, all by himself. He keeps away from trouble. That's one of the secrets in short tracking, staying out of everybody's way. But the gap between Drew Cheek and Hans Wesky is now about a little over 2 seconds, and Hans Wesky has to move himself through some slower traffic. That will slow him down. He has 4 cars between himself and Drew Cheek, the leader. As he comes out of turn 4, he sets his sights on Drew Cheek. They're running down into turn 1 and 2 area now. A lot of cars are side by side. Real short track racing. A flat asphalt track doing a beautiful job on the cars. And we are running the lap number 70 for that. Bruce Cheek right now is not slacking off. Last lap 17.2 seconds. He's very consistent around that mark. That is faster than all but 3 drivers qualified. Bruce Cheek, the only driver qualifying down in the 16-second bracket. 2 other drivers, Mike Willard and Hans Wesky at 7-12. So right now in the race itself, with the extra gas in the car, Bruce Cheek is lapping at qualifying speed. So it's going to be very tough to catch him. Let's get an interval time. We can get by this time. Bruce Cheek just went by, and Hans Wesky is 4 seconds behind. The interval from first to second as we complete lap number 75, the 3/4 mark of this race. And our Gabby Garrison has problems holding the infield. And yet, it looks like he may be giving up because he's getting off the throttle. This thing is shoulder high on the back. Takes it behind the wall. I guess he gives it up for the night. After 75 laps, here are the top 3. Car number 62, that's Drew Cheek. Car number 39, Hans Wesky. Car number 59, that's Mike Willard. Mike Willard is still being Gary McCann, car without the front end, and he's doing a beautiful job. As they go on the inside of the track, door to door, with cars through turn 1 and 2. Now they're chasing out on the back stretch. Drew Cheek just now coming across start finish line. Hans Wesky just now entering turn 4, across start finish. Here comes the third place car. We have the third place car moving on very well on Hans Wesky. Mike Willard is gaining ground on Wesky, and he's pulling away just very slightly from Gary McCann. So now about 5 car lengths separating the third and fourth place car. Gary McCann is no longer pushing Hans Willard. So Willard is pushing Hans Wesky.
Tonight, but it can't match the speed and intensity of Drew Cheek at the front of the pack. And time got by Drew Cheek, 16.9 seconds. That is faster than anyone but Drew Cheek himself when in qualifying. Qualifying, of course, drivers are going flat out. They're shooting a little faster than it's over in the race itself. So unless something happens to Drew's car, at that stage, he's going to be pulling away from the pack. Nobody's going to be able to win. Right now, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars between Drew and the second-place driver of Hans Leslie. A pretty good margin built up. There's 18 laps to go. That's 6 miles on the third of a mile. Old asphalt speedway. Let's go back to the real battle. Mike Willard, Jerry McCann, where the action has been all night long. And they're closing in again on Hans Leslie. It's really moving up into a battle for second place. Chuck, you're right. Willard is closing in on Leslie. Nine and a half drivers. They won by 2 seconds interval. 2 seconds between second and third place. And Hans Leslie, instead of looking ahead of the track towards Drew Cheek, he better start looking at the rear mirror because Mike Willard and Jerry McCann are closing very rapidly. Chuck, let's get back to the big race.
Jerry McCann is back in the hunt. He's pulled back up behind Willard now, trying to fight third place from him. Who's up behind him gives him a little nudge as they exit turn 2. Also, Mike Willard pulling up this ever so slightly on Hans Leslie, the second place car. He is definitely gaining ground, and Bosky is coming into some slower traffic, trying to weave his way through turns 1 and 2. And now over the back stretch, he managed to get through very nicely. But Willard is now only separated from Hans Leslie by 1 car. Leslie on the inside, Willard on the inside. Car number 85. Kenny Sapper between the two. Kenny Sapper not actually running in contention in the second or third place, but he is causing all kinds of problems for Mike Willard, who wants to get around him and take his sights out on Hans Leslie. Mike Willard now moves to the outside. Sapper touching off. That's playing the game up between Hans Leslie for second place and Mike Willard. Gary McCann has not given up. Gary McCann now is right underneath the outside car, trying to move up again on Mike Willard. It's very tight. Mike Willard still holding him off and gaining ground all the time on Hans Leslie. That's where the race is going to be for third place.
Well, that's certainly what the action is, that battle for third place. And boy, is Gary McCann using his brakes. You can see through the wheels a lot of red. It's red hot, pushing so hard, trying to get by Mike Willard, but it's just not to be. With 10 laps to go, he's got to figure out some sense because Mike Willard is not getting right. And now Mike Willard looks like a 2-car length lead. Yes, it's a 2-car length as they go down the backstretch. And as they went through traffic, they lost a little ground on the second place on the Hans Leslie. They can't get over that red roll from the wheels of the 2 cars of Mike Willard and Hans Leslie. They're using the brakes that much. Okay, back to the battle. For the front spot, about 93, the leader as he has been for all 100 laps. Comes by to control lap number 93. He's got 2 seconds margin, 3 seconds over Hans Leslie. About a second back to Mike Willard. Gary McCann. The field tightening up as we come down to the finish line. It looks like it's going to be a heck of a finish.
Mike Willard is sure on the hunt. Hans Leslie is looking at his rearview mirror right now. We've got a spin out in turn 3. I can't see who it is right now. It's a red car. With 5 laps to go. The green is still out. We don't have a yellow flag out. The red car is on the inside of the infield on turn 3. I don't think we're going to have a yellow flag. So the race is still on. That car is underway. Car number 61 is Sam Price. One of the Price boys had a little bit of a problem, but he's back underway. Our leader still is Drew Cheek, pushing lap number 97. 2.5 laps to go. In second place, Hans Leslie trying to fight off a charge by Mike Willard, who is trying to fight off a charge by Gary McCann. It looks like that's the way it's going to end up. And Leslie has actually made up time on Drew Cheek, and he is now closing against the 6-car lane. The race for second and third is even tighter. The race for second, car number 59, Mike Willard. Car number 23, Gary McCann. That's where the race is on the track. Drew Cheek comes across the finish line for finishing 98 laps. We have 1.5 laps to go.
Spinning so late, but let's go back to the front. Here he comes, Drew Cheek on his final circuit, coming around for a victory lane of $1,000. Here he comes. The 1 car one more to go for Hans Westgate has pulled up to 10 car lengths behind it. I don't think he's going to make it. Drew Cheek looking smooth as he has every lap. Every lap with $10, $1,000 total. Now there's the second flag to Drew Cheek. Hans Westgate. Mike Willard just getting third by half a point over Gary McCann. McCann pulling to the inside, and that's the closest he's come all race to trying to get by Mike Willard, but he just didn't make it to the finishing order then. Drew Cheek, Hans Westgate, Mike Willard, Gary McCann, Drew Cheek, wire to wire. And I would think, Chuck, that that victory by Drew Cheek more than makes up for his disappointment in the heat race earlier this evening.
Oh, I would think so. In fact, I think they're going to bring him right up here. We're going to get to talk to him once again, Pat. Oh, listen, what a beautiful race he drove. He was in control all the way, took command right from the very beginning. Of course, he had the pole. That gave him an advantage, but you have to hang on to it because there was a lot of shoes up there that wanted to take it away from him. But he did a beautiful job, and they're going to bring him up, and we're going to get another chance to talk to Drew Cheek, one of the all-time favorites here at Saugus. The crowd is still on its feet. They saw some action tonight that, well, it was just unbeatable anywhere. Real close action. The first-place car came across the line probably 1.5 seconds ahead of second-place car, who was Hans Westgate from Saugus Speedway. This is the Saugus 100.
I was able to breathe through it pretty easily.
You look like you had control all the way. You know, the thing I was watching about you, you stayed out of trouble. You know, on the turn, you kept away from other cars as much as possible by still being competitive. What a beautiful, smooth job of driving.
Thank you. It's when you got the car right and the crew right and all the help I've got, my sponsors, Jackson Race Car Fabrication, built me, I feel, as fine a chassis can be bought any place. And Mars, Civione, and A1 transmission, Orange Crosser, power steering, all those things really help.
Listen, we can't say enough about the guys that put these things together and bring the sponsor money and provide all the help. They do about 90% of it, really, until you get it out there on the track.
About 10%, that's about it.
That's true. You didn't have much trouble from behind tonight. You seemed to keep Hans Westgate a good 100 yards behind most of the race. But did you have troubles going through traffic? It really was thick out there.
The traffic was pretty thick, but the guys were all pretty congenial, gave plenty of room. But I did lose one cylinder about halfway through, and the motor started running a little sour.
Yeah, there was one point where you seemed to lose a lot of ground. You seemed to gain a lot at that point. Was that the engine going a little sour at that point?
Yeah, the engine started going sour, and I had to slow down and check it out. But I think it's just a valve spring or a spark plug. The oil pressure was good, water temperature was good, oil temp was good. And so I think it was just a valve spring or something. So.
In other words, you still had most of your power. You just wanted to check to see something might be going bad.
Well, not about. I kept the standard still going.
Did it have a tendency to get slick out there toward the end?
Yes, it was very slick. There was two cars dripping a little oil.
Well, I think, too, turns 3 and 4 were the worst turns for being slippery. You looked a lot smoother in that area than you did in this.
Yeah. Any long race, you're going to get some oil. Track conditions are going to change, but I jacked a bunch of weight in the car before the race, planning on it. Held on pretty good. Can't complain.
Drew Cheek, $1,000 victory for you. Does it kind of make up for that disappointment in the heat race that they reversed the decision on?
Oh, did they reverse it? Oh.
Yeah, they reversed it. So Kenny Sapper is going to get that $30 first place money for the heat race.
Can't go to a better man.
You wouldn't want to swap the $1,000 for $30.
No, he deserves it. He's good.
Well, boy, the fans here were with you tonight.
The fans participation in the target is so fantastic. It's just...
I bet it's fun coming here.
It's real invigorating, stimulating. It really is a pleasure to get out and put forth your best effort for it.
Once you give them what they want, I think that's one reason they keep coming back. You put on a heck of a show. I know the first heat days was so close that they even reversed it. This was not quite that close, but after 100 laps, you know, you were, maybe 50, 60 feet ahead of Hans.
Yeah, he was close. Hans was running good. I expected he would, too.
And I think the first 4 cars were on the same lap with him.
Yes, I believe they were.
So it was a lot closer, than a lot of people would have thought. The attrition rate was not too bad. Close to the end of the race, I think we got 17 cars running. That's good.
Shows a lot of good mechanics around, a lot of good pit crews. Those guys really put forth an effort.
Drew Cheek, you're not one to rest on your laurels. This is win number 7 of the season at Saugus Speedway. You've got a big one coming up to 3:30 in a couple of weeks. Any changes in the car or anything different?
Well, hopefully I'll have a new engine. I've got a Dan Press engine coming that Dennis Fisher's finishing up for him. He's run out of time. And hopefully it's going to be a great motor.
Now, wait a minute. Let's get this straight. You give an engine to Ken Stafford so he can beat you in a heat race. Now, Dan Fretz, the guy who's won 15 main events here at Saugus this season, he gives you an engine so you can beat him in the 330.
Right.
Have we got this straight?
Yeah, we work together the best we can. It's all what I already That's the best if you have your competition where you can stay friends and not fight all the time, and it breeds much better racing. And I think the guys down south, they do the same thing. They help each other out the best they can.
It's a pretty good fraternity.
Yes, it is. It's something that I can treasure my whole life. All my friends I've met in 15 years of racing are still my friends.
You've earned a little rest now. What are you going to be doing tonight? What do you do after a race like that?
Well, usually go celebrate a little bit, take the picture out, and family, and have a little fun, and then we can rest up.
When's your next outing?
Next outing will be San Diego, El Cajon next weekend.
And then back to the 330.
And then back to the 330, yes. Then Bakersfield and Las Vegas. Then I got to prepare for Ontario and Riverside. And
I bet you get a lot of people come out here to see you in that 330, especially. And there'll probably be a lot of them going down to San Diego to watch you, because you sure give them a show. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
No doubt a popular victory tonight for True Cheek. Congratulations again. Work for you in the 330.
Thank you very much, and it's very nice meeting both of you. I've listened to you for so long and never got a chance to meet you. It's really great. You guys do a fine job on our racing program. It's really thrilling to have a radio station that does take an interest. It helps racing grow and helps the radio station grow. It swung me over just that quick. That's what it's all about.
How is it, Chuck? He's the guy who wins the race, thrills all the fans. He ends up congratulating us. You know, that's the kind of guy True Cheek is. A truly popular victory here at Saugus Speedway this evening. Don Langford has a report down into the pits. Donald?
Okay, part of that racing fraternity has to be Haas Westke. Haas, you came in second in this race. The crew congratulated you. Second was pretty good victory. I'm for you.
Yeah, I'm happy with second. First would have been better. But
How did the car perform for you?
the first 50 laps was pretty good, yeah. And then the second 50 laps started to run a little hot. I started slowing down a little bit, so.
Now, did the restart help you or hurt you?
I think it hurt me, but then it started running hot, and I started slowing down a little bit, you know. I was worried about the motor, but it kept running. Kept going.
And towards the end, True indicated that he had a valve spring problem or something in the engine, and he started slowing down too, so you were both caught by problems.
Yeah, but as soon as I got to him, he started speeding up again.
He had a little extra.
Must have fixed himself.
Okay, in the garage area, this is John Langford, now back to the tower.
True Cheek, of course, car number 62, leading all 100 laps. Second place, Hans Westke. That's where he was all 100 laps, Chuck. Hans Westke did his best, but the car problems he had just couldn't get the power to get by True. Third and fourth places. Now, that was the race to watch. Mike Willard, Gary McCann, what a show those guys put on.
You know, all due respect to the winner and the second place driver, but the race for the last 50 laps had to be between Mike Willard and Gary McCann. You know, they were drop kicking each other all over that track. Mike Willard got the most of it because Gary McCann was running in fourth place most of the time. I understand Don Langford has Gary McCann in the pits right now, Don.
Well, Gary, we followed you all night long. You had some problems in a heat race. You tore up the front end a little bit, ripped off a lot of your body in the front, went on out, and you did one heck of a job out there.
Thank you very much.
How did the car perform with that front end taken apart like that?
That ran very well. Handled better than it did before the crash, as a matter of fact.
And are you happy with your fourth place finish here?
Well, I would have been happier with first, but it's good enough.
Okay, now you had said earlier to me that this is a tough job. Paying, working, and paying for the parts for this vehicle. As a matter of fact, we had mentioned right before the race that you got a for sale sign on the car. But as good as that car runs, would you want to give that up now?
Well, not really. I'd like to keep it myself, but I can't really afford it that well. I'm low on money.
A good driver like you, it's still tough to get sponsors, right?
Sure is.
Well, if you know any good sponsors, we'll send them your way.
Okay, thank you very much.